Finally, this is Sateesh Patnaik, your trainer. So today's our class is Core Java second day class in English. So tomorrow again I'll explain the same class in Telugu. Okay. See, already in the last session we discussed how to install Eclipse and how to write a first Java program and what is a class, what is a variable, what is a method. I explained in the last class, and we discussed a small example, just two examples in the last class. If anybody missed the first day class, I'll provide the link in the description. Please once go through the link. Okay. See, as per the last class, what we discussed about the Java program is beginning with a class. Every Java program starts with a class. Class is nothing but a collection of methods and variables. Class is nothing but a collection of methods and variables. So you know about the methods and you know about the variables. See, in the last class, just we used two variables. Now, what are the variables we used in the last class? Like int x equal to some 10, int y equal to 20, and here x plus y. In this example, the x is a variable and y is a variable. So today we need to see how to write a method. How to write a method, I mean how to define the method, how to call the method. See, what is the meaning of a method? As per the last class, method is nothing but a collection of statements or a group of statements grouped into a single logical unit. A collection of statements grouped into a single logical unit is called as a method. Simply in our language, we can say like a bundle of statements is called as a method. What is the use of method? Method is mainly for reusability. Reusability means only one time you can create a method. In future, any number of times we can call the same method. Okay, today we are going to see how to create the method, how to call the method. That is our today's main concept. Okay, so already I designed a program here. I'll show you. See, how to create a new class. Just you need to right click on your package name. You need to right click on your package name. After right click, go to the new class. Every Java program begins with a new class. Just go with a new class and you can give any class name your wish. In the last class, we discussed demo 1, demo 2 is our programs. Today, what is my program? Today, my program name is Hello Program. Today, just I given my program name is Hello Program. So your wish, you can give any class name here and observe the naming convention here. The naming convention is, it is a beginning with uppercase. Always the class name is beginning with uppercase and every internal word is beginning with uppercase. Every internal word is beginning with uppercase. Observe the hello program. Hello is a word, program is a word. So here the H is in uppercase, the program, the P is in uppercase. What is the naming convention for the class name? It should begins with uppercase and every internal word should begins with a uppercase. See, now coming to the variables, always the variables must be in the lowercase only. The variables must be in lowercase. Here I'm taking two variables, A and B. And coming to the methods, today I'm writing some methods here. So you can write any method name your wish. Today, just for example, I'm writing the method names M1, M2, M3. So in my language, here M1 means method 1, M2 means method 2, M3 means method 3. Now, within a few days, we are going to see what is a public, what is a private, what is a protected. I'll explain. So those things are called as access specifiers or access modifiers. I'll explain the public, private, protected within 2-3 days. Okay. See, now coming to this void, we are going to see what is the meaning of returning the value, what is the meaning of not returning. So that is also in future we are going to see. But today, just I'm writing public void M1, public void M2, public void M3. That means method M1, method M2, method M3. You can write any method names, but what is the naming convention for the methods? For the methods, it should begins with a lowercase. Always the method name is beginning with lowercase. And if the method name is having any internal words, if the method name is having any internal words, every internal word should begins with uppercase. Every internal word should begins with uppercase. In future, we are going to see that. So presently it is don't have any internal word, only single word, just it is beginning with lowercase. It is a method opening bracket. It is a method closing bracket. Method opening bracket, method closing bracket. So it is called as a method body. Method body. So just we are defining the method. We are defining method M1. Not only M1, whatever the method name you want to give, you can give your own method name here. Right. So inside the method, you need to write a multiple statements, a set of statements. So what is the meaning of a method? Method is nothing but a collection of statements, a group of statements, a bundle of statements. So you can write any number of statements here. For example, today I'm writing a 2 statements. What is my first command here? For example, system.out.println. Just I want to print like it is my first method. Again, I want to print some ABC. So you can write anything here. No? Next one, in M2, again I'm writing 2 more statements. So here I want to print like it is second method. Here I want to print some PQR. So coming to the M3, in M3, here I'm writing like it is a third method and I want to print that XYZ. So in M1 we have a 2 statements. In M2 we have a 2 statements. M3 we have another 2 statements. Totally we have 3 methods. How many variables are here? There are 2 variables. A is a variable and B is a variable. So as per your last class, what is the meaning of a class? Class is nothing but collection of methods and variables. So here you can see there are 3 methods and there are 2 variables. Your wish, you can write any number of methods and you can write any number of variables. But when you are executing the program, always the execution starts with main method only. Always the execution starts with main method. Already we discussed in the last class. So if anybody missed the last session, please once watch the last session. I'll provide the link in the description. Okay. So when you are running the program, always the execution is beginning with main method only. So it is a main method opening bracket. It is a main method closing bracket. Inside the main method, just for example, I'm writing only hi. I'm writing only hi. So if I run the program, can you guess what will be the output? If I run the program, the output is only hi. The output will be only hi. Just observe the execution. Just I'm executing. This is a run button. So when you are clicking on the run button, it will ask you just a confirmation like you want to save the program. Just OK. The program will be saved in your workspace and you can see the output in the console. Where the output will be displayed? The output will be displayed in the console. Presently, the output is only hi. It is not executing M1, M2, M3. It is executing only the main method. Say, for example, for your understanding purpose, I'll explain a small example. See, in your home, see, initially the power supply will come to the main only. From that main only, the power supply will be distributed to all the rooms, like a bedroom or hall or a kitchen. The power supply will be distributed to all the rooms. Initially, the power supply will come to the main. From the main only, the power supply will be distributed to the remaining rooms. Here also same, when you are running the program, initially the execution is beginning with main method only. You can see the proof here. Okay. So from here, we need to call the methods and we need to call the variables. How to call the methods and how to call the variables from your main method. Now from your main method, if you want to call the methods or if you want to call the variables, then we need to create an object in the main method. We need to create object in the main method. How to create an object to the class? Now we need to create an object to the class. Now what is our class name? See, our class name is here hello program. Our class name is hello program. Just I copied the class name. Inside the main method, just I pasted the class name. I pasted my class name. See, for this particular class, we need to create the object. Now you can give any object name, that is your wish. See here, for example, I'm giving the object name is some x equal to new is called as a object data type. Now this new is called as a object data type. Now, yesterday we discussed the integer is one of the data type. Data type means what type of data you are going to store here. That is called as a data type. Anyway, today at the ending of the class, I will show you the different data types in the Java. See here, the new is called as a object data type. It is also called as a reference data type. It is also called as a reference data type. It is used to creating your object. So after writing this object data type, again you need to repeat your class name. In the beginning you need to write the class name. In the ending again you need to write the class name with some parentheses like a bracket, small brackets. Actually, this is called as a constructor. This part, this ending part is called as a constructor. Within 2-3 days, I'm going to explain what is the constructor. For today, so roughly you can understand like while creating the object, two times you need to write your class name. The beginning you need to write the class name, ending also you need to write the class name. Like that for today you can understand. So after 2-3 days, I'll explain about the constructor. Okay. So here, what is the object name? So here in this line, the object name is X. X is an object to your class. So with using this object only, we can call the methods and we can call the variables. So this object is also called as a instance or reference. Some people are call it as an instance. Some people are call it as a reference. Don't confuse. Object is also called as an instance or reference. So with using this object only, we can call the methods and we can call the variables from your main method. So here, just I'm writing like x dot. What is the x? X is our object name. Okay, x dot m1. See what is our method name? On the top, you can see our method name is m1. For example, I want to call m1. So if I run the program, can you guess what will be the output? Yes, the output will be initially the execution starts with main method. Initially, it will print the hi. After hi, it will call the m1. So inside the m1, how many print commands? Inside the m1, we have 2 print commands. So like it is first method, it will print like some ABC. Say observe the execution. I'm running the program. Just okay. See, you can see initially it is printing hi. After that, it is executing m1. In m1, how many statements executed? How many statements printed here? 2 statements. And after the m1, for example, I want to call m3. It is not a rule like you need to call in a right order like m1, m2, m3. It's not like that. So whatever the order you want to call, you can call in your own order. Say after m1, for example, I want to call m3. So how to call m3? X dot m3. X dot m3. See, if I run the program, can you guess what will be the output? Initially, it will print the hi. Why? Because the execution is beginning with main method only. So after hi, we can see the statements in m1, and after that we can see the statements in m3. Okay, see, observe the execution. See, observe the console part. Initially hi. Now after the hi, you can see the 2 statements in m1, like it is first method and ABC. And after that, you can see the 2 statements in m3. So in m3, you can see like it is a third method and it is showing like XYZ. See, in between the m1 and the m3, for example, I want to call m2. Now your wish, you can call in any order. See here again, we need to call like x dot m2. See, inside the main method, we are creating an object to the class. With using that object only, we can call the methods and we can call the variables. See here we are calling all the methods. See, if I run the program, first it is executing m1. After m1, it is executing m2. After m2, it is executing m3. See, now I want to call the variables. Now in this class, there are 3 methods and there are 2 variables. What are the variables here? A is a variable and the B is a variable. Say directly we cannot use that variables from your main method. Why? Because presently the variables are outside the main method. So directly if you write sysout control space, already yesterday I told you what is the shortcut for system.out.println. For system.out.println, the shortcut is sysout control space, control button, space bar, control space. See, then here directly if you write the variable A, no, it will not accept. It is raising error. So you need to write x dot A. What is this x? X is our object name. So you need to write like x dot A. and you need to write like x dot b. See, if you want to call the methods or if you want to call the variables from your main method, the object is mandatory. So without object creation, you cannot call the methods and variables here. See, I'm executing the program. So initially the output will be high. Observe the output here in the console. After the high, you can see the M1, you can see the M2, you can see the M3. After that, finally, it is displaying A value and B value. What is the A value in this program? The A value will be the 10, the B value will be 20. So here we are printing like a system.out.println x.a and x.b. See, as per your previous class, what is the meaning of a class? Class is nothing but a collection of methods and variables. Here there are 3 methods and 2 variables. A is a variable and B is a variable. You can take any variable names from your wish. And the methods, for example, M1, M2, M3. Here also you can write any method names your wish. And it is called as a method definition. This part is called as a method definition. And what is method calling? Inside the main method, we are writing x.m1, x.m2, x.m3. It is called as a method calling. It is called as a method calling. Now, only one time we are defining the method. Only one time we are defining the method. Any number of times you can call the methods. Any number of times you can call these methods. Okay. And here, what is this new? This new is called as a object data type or reference data type. And new is called as a object data type or reference data type. So what is this x? X is called as object for the class. This object is also called as an instance or reference. Instance or reference. So for today, once practice this program in your systems. Okay, please once go through this program. And I'll explain another small thing, a small theoretical thing. Say the data types in Java. Say for QA people only, like it's a core Java, the basics of Java, no need of any in-depth knowledge for the QA people. Say whatever the things I explained, it is more than enough for the QA people. Okay. Say, observe here, there are 2 types of data types, primitive data type and the reference data type. Initially, the Java data types are 2 types, primitive data type and reference data type. This reference data type is also called as a object data type. Reference data type is also called as a object data type. Just now we discussed what is the object data type here in this program. According to this program, the object data type is new. New is called as a object data type. It is used to creating the object. It is used to creating the object. So you are familiar with a reference data type or object data type. It is nothing but new. It is used at the time of object creation. And what about the primitive data types? So again, observe the primitive data types. Mainly we have 8 primitive data types here. We have 8 primitive data types here. See, we are all familiar with integer. We are all familiar with integer. Integer is used to store the whole numbers. Integer is used to store the whole numbers. Whole numbers means the full number. So it will not accept the decimals. It will not accept 10.5 or 10.3 or 2.3, 3.2. No, it will not accept the fractional numbers. It will accept only the whole numbers. How much memory it occupies? It occupies the 32-bit memory. 32-bit memory. If you need half of the memory, only the 16-bit memory, you can go with a short. Again, if you need half of the memory, like 8-bit memory, you can go with a byte. And if you need a double the memory to your integer is 32-bit memory. The double memory means if you need a 64-bit memory, you can go with long. But all these 4 data types are accepting only the whole numbers. Only the whole numbers are accepted in these 4 data types. Only for theoretical purpose, as a QA person, just the integer is enough for you. In your mind, just you need to keep only the integer here out of these 4. Now coming to the float. A float will accept the fractional numbers. Fractional numbers means the decimal values, like a 2.3, 3.2, like that. How much memory it occupies? The float is accepting 32-bit memory. It occupies the 32-bit memory. If you need a double memory like a 64-bit memory, then you can go with a double double, it is also accepting the fractional number, same like a float. Boolean is accepting either true or false. Boolean means in that Boolean you can store either true or false. Say, for example, if you write a Boolean x, in that x you can store either true or false. Char is used to store the characters. See, if you want to store a set of characters, then we have a data type like a string. But here, observe one thing, all the data types must be in lowercase. All the data types must be in lowercase except the string. I'll explain a small example related to that. Just observe the example here. See, observe this example. You can take any class name, create a new class in your package. See how to create a new class in your package. So right click on your package name, go to the new class. The class name can be anything, your wish. For example, I'm writing like a data type example. See here, observe the data type like a integer, double, Boolean, like that. All the data types in lowercase except the string. Why? Because the string is one of the predefined class. In Java, the class names can be act as a data types. In Java, the class names can be act like a data types. So here string is one of the predefined class, but we can use that class name as a data type. See, I'm not saying like don't use a string. You can use the string, but when you are writing the string, it must begins with uppercase. A string must begins with uppercase. The remaining data types must be in lowercase. All the data types must be in lowercase. For example, when you are writing integer, if you write uppercase int, if you write uppercase I, it will not accept. So when you are writing a double, if you write a uppercase D, no, it will not accept. If you write a sometimes double is, we have one of the double is predefined class, that's why it is accepting. See, when you are writing so with the same thing, if you have a predefined classes, it is accepting. But if the predefined class is not available, then it will not accept. Better, the naming convention is you need to write these data types must be in lowercase only. Don't use uppercase characters. Only for the string you need to write a uppercase character. Okay, ma? Say observe here some a equal to 10, b equal to here 2.5, because it is a double. It's accepting the fractional number. String is nothing but set of characters. You need to give the set of characters in double quotations only. So what is the Boolean? Boolean is accepting either true or false, but don't give it in a double quotation. If you give it in a double quotation, it will be treated as a string. So it is not a string, it is a Boolean, either true or false. I want to call the variables from your main method. So just go with a main method. Inside the main method, if you want to call the variables, like A, B, C, D, you must create an object. To your class. So you can give any object name, your wish. So already you are familiar with this, how to create an object. In the beginning, you need to write a class name, and ending you need to write a class name. Here you can write any object name. The object data type is new. The new must be in lowercase only. It is a data type. It must be in lowercase only. So how to call the variables? You can call the variables with using the object name like a z.a, z.b, z.c, like that. So if I run the program, so I can see the A value, B value, C value, everything will be displayed. Right. See. Once practice these two programs for today, and say if you like this class, please like the video, and please share it with your friends. If you feel like it is helpful to any others, please share the video with your friends or family members, and please subscribe my channel. But till now, if you didn't subscribe my channel, please support my channel and support me. Please subscribe my channel. Okay. So tomorrow again, I'll explain the same class in Telugu. If any Telugu people are there, you can watch the tomorrow session. Okay. In the next classes, we are going to see what are the different types of variables. like what is a local variable, what is an instance variable, what is a class variable. Class variable means static variable, but why the static variable is called as a class variable? So we are going to see in the next class. Okay, after that we are going to see the inheritance, we are going to see if condition and the loops, for loop and while loop, do while loop. So everything one by one I'm going to cover the topics. The next class will be the variables. Now, for today I'm closing here. See you in the next session. Thank you for watching the video. Okay, thank you. Bye.